Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are at the proving and we try to prove ourselves to Lord Harriman and gain his trust. For that we have to enter the proving as his champion and fight.
Aha, you're back. Did you wish to fight in the proving today?
I'd like to hear more about who's fighting.
Well, with politics what they are, many combatants are dedicating their fights to either Prince Balin or Lord Harriman, mostly Balin. It's a regular parade of past winners out there. Piotr Naidukan always leads a battle unit. He's the prince's cousin. Miaja and Lukjan are twins from the warrior caste. They fight together, put on a good show. They'll all be in their chambers if you want to talk.
I already did that last time. I'd like to fight as Lord Harriman's champion.
Well, that's a surprise. Never thought the Grey Wardens would take an interest in our king. Let me just put you into the schedule here. Now, is there a particular name you wish listed?
Call me Theron of the Grey Wardens.
I'll just call you Grey Warden.
What?
Since those elven names are such a mouthful. We actually have an opening in the first round. Are you ready to start?
Who will I be fighting?
Looks like Suwern's drawn first bout. He was one of the youngest champions ever. Beat his own father at 12 years old.
Oh, great.
All for the right to earn his battle status 2 years early. Are you ready to start? That's what I like to hear. I will warn you, though. This is your last chance to make preparations or meet the competition. Once the fights begin, there are no new additions to the roster. All withdrawals are treated as losses and a sign of the ancestors' disfavor. Do you want to start, or would you like some time? The fighters' quarters are behind the ring.
What are we waiting for? I want to
Go
fight.
down to the ring, then. I'll be right there.
We're ready. We are
This
so
is a glory
ready.
proving. Fought under the eyes of the paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. First up is Suwern of the warrior caste. Many of you remember when Suwern made history as a lad of 12 by defeating his own father in this very ring. Today, he fights as a champion for Prince Balin. Opposing him, in Lord Harriman's name, is a member of the famed Grey Wardens.
In the name of House Idukan and our future King Balin.
Get ready to eat those words.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
So don't stumble. Oh, it's one-on-one. Didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. Turn and run! Flee while you can!
Oh, he stunned me.
Of course. So shall
Let's
it
fight
be!
dirty.
This will not end well for you.
Got him.
The winner is the Grey Warden!
Nailed it.
That was an exciting start, Warden. Suwern is rarely trounced, and so thoroughly. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Who is my next opponent?
Next, you're up against Miaja and Lukjan. As twins, they've always been allowed to fight as a single
What?
person. They're warrior caste, but their mother was a smith, so watch out for Miaja's hammer. And don't forget Lukjan. Most fighters do, and end up with a knife in their spine. Are you ready to begin?
Sure.
All right then, I'll see you out there.
2 at once? Just against
This is
myself?
a glory proving. Fought under the eyes of the paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. This round, Harriman's champion takes on the notorious duo. The warrior caste twin terrors now fighting for Prince Balin, Miaja and Lukjan.
Great.
May the stone honor you.
When you fall.
Sure, and made the dirt taste good when I feed it to you.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Okay. We are full health again, so that's good.
Now you die! There is no hope for you now! As you say.
Oh boy.
We fight as one!
You will die as one.
This will not
Hack
end
away.
well.
He's down.
Are you truly such a fool? Now you fall!
Victory will be
So
ours!
shall it be!
Down he goes.
The winner is the Grey Warden!
Of course I won.
Well, that was an exciting bout. 2-on-1, and you took them both easily. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Who is it?
Well, this bout should be quick and dirty. You'll be fighting Hanashan, one of the legendary Silent Sisters. She's a ferocious fighter and dedicated enough to cut out her own tongue. Are you ready to begin?
Sure.
All right then, I'll see you out there. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. Paramount's champion has held the field so far, but how will he do against one of the legendary Silent Sisters? We'll find out as the Warden faces Lady Hanashan, who proved her worth to Paragon Ashtith the Grey by cutting out her own tongue.
He has a nice sword.
And to our Prince Balin by fighting in his name.
Good luck to you.
First warrior
nice.
to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Of course.
Aura of pain? I like that sound.
You will not win!
Oh.
The winner
easy.
is the Grey Warden! Paramount will be pleased, Warden. The Silent Sister support was a great boost for Balin. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Who is it?
This should be a good match. You'll battle Wojek Ivo, master of all weapons, prisoner of none. He makes it a point never to use the same technique twice. Are you ready to begin?
Sure.
All right then, I'll see you out there. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. This round is paired combat. Just as Kiakshet fought as King Bloodlik II defending our empire, so have dwarves always fought alongside a second. Master of all weapons, prisoner of none, Wojek Ivo has never won the same way twice. What will he do today, lords and ladies? And will it win the day for Prince Balin?
Wait, am I allowed to
Grey
have
Warden, choose your second.
Okay.
For you face Wojek Ivo and Valans.
I choose Alistair of the Grey Wardens.
Last one standing will be declared victor. Fight!
Let's go!
Yes!
Let's maybe take out the lambs first.
Is that it? This will not end well for you. Very well. I will not falter. As you say.
You can't win.
Stab it in the back.
Yes!
The winner is the Grey Warden.
He did it again.
Wojak Ivo is one of the best this arena has seen, Warden. Harriman picked wisely. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Who is it?
This is the championship round.
Ooh.
A full squad-on-squad combat.
Ooh.
Jotun Iduken leads the same team he's taken to victory in over a dozen Deep Roads expeditions. Are you ready to face the final test?
Yes, give it to me.
May the ancestors choose wisely. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. Only 2 warriors remain. Fighting for his royal cousin Balin, Jotun Iduken has led his team to triumph over every unit so far. Challenging him on behalf of Lord Harriman, the Grey Warden has risen from nothing to stand at the competition summit. Each will lead a full unit of 4 soldiers to see once and for all whom the ancestors favor.
You fight well, but your judgment is questionable. The throne will never leave House Iduken.
Oh yeah, let's get Basil and Gwyn.
You honor me.
Last one standing will be declared victor. Fight!
I mean, obviously, I would have preferred my guys, but I kind of like the
Very well.
Come and get it!
idea of getting these two and giving them a chance for revenge.
Of course. You shall not touch me! Now you die!
What? One is already
This is
down?
a waste of time!
That's not good. 1 on 3, great. That was a bad call. Whoa!
Take that!
Are you truly such a fool?
Ooh! Come on. Whew. Okay. I need to...
It will be
What? Push me over. Ooh.
Of course. So shall it be! You have forced my hand!
The ancestors watch over me!
Surely you can do far better than that!
I'll get you!
That one hurt. What? I shouldn't have picked the 2 guys. Oh, I'm all the way before again. No.
Aha, you're back. Did you wish to fight in the proving today?
I guess.
Well, that's... Now, is there a particular name you wish... Are you ready to start?
Let's do it.
Do you want to start, or would you like some time? The fighters' quarters are behind the ring.
Wanna fight?
First, today...
In the name of House Iduken and our future King Balin!
Okay, I have to do this again.
There is no hope for you now! Of course.
Be on your guard!
I will not falter! Turn and run! I knew we could not lose!
The The winner is... Are you ready for your next opponent?
Yes, do it. Let's waste no time.
May this stone.
When you fall.
Together we are unbeatable!
Let us end this quickly! Of course. Flee while you can! You shall not touch me!
One gone.
Now you die! This is a waste of time!
Down she goes.
The winner is the...
I know.
Are
Because
you
I'm
ready
very
for your
good.
next opponent? Excellent. Hera, we and to our...
So I blame my loss on the two guys that we invited. Won't do that again.
The winner is... Hera, are you ready for your next opponent?
Yes.
Matt Grey Warden, choose your second, for you...
Alistair.
I will not you now!
Smoking them.
Die already! Turn it round!
You're going down!
Down he goes. Great
the
job.
winner is... The... Are you ready for your next opponent?
Yes.
X. This challenge each.
You fight well, but your judgment is questionable. The throne will never leave House.
Shut up and fight.
Last one standing.
Oh, there's my squad. There is my squad. Even have one more. That is way more. Oh, he stunned me. Oh, I'm almost dead. Ooh, thank you, Morgan. See, I can't be trusted.
Another corpse for the pile.
What? Oh no!
Take that!
He's crazy strong. And this one, oh no, was bad.
Very well.
Oof, this is bad.
I will not falter!
Okay.
My power is yours. All right, let's go!
Stun him. Let's give him another health potion.
Watch over me!
Let us end this quickly! This will not end well for you. It will be done.
Okay, done with you now!
You shall not touch me!
Stun him! Yes!
The winner
Down he
is
goes.
the Grey Warden.
First try.
Congratulations! You defeated the man Prince Trian himself once called the Horns of my army. Do you deny this Grey Warden has earned the championship? Then it is my honor to declare this Grey Warden champion of the Proving, who has shown that the ancestors favor Lord Heremont.
Naturally.
I'd call that arrogant, but your performance justifies it. It was a gift, just to watch you fight, Warden.
No big deal. We did it! We won! I would say we crushed it even. Anything going on here? Don't think so. We now have to return to Lord Harriman, I would assume. So,
Think of it, Zevran. You may have stumbled into a most delightful possibility for your future.
Oh, are you dispensing professional advice now?
It simply occurs to me that if, say, Alistair were to become King of Ferelden, he may have need of someone of your talents.
From what I know of the fellow, it seems there would be a fair difference between what he needed and what he cared to make use of.
If Alistair becomes king, it would certainly not be through any brilliance on his part. Whoever puts him there, now there's the one who will need you.
Now that's an interesting thought. You've such a devious mind, my dear. Why have we not made love as of yet?
For what purpose? I would sooner stab you in the face than let you touch me, elf.
And somehow that makes the idea even more intriguing.
oh. These two. Okay. Who's Lorinar?
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Why?
I'm Loylanar Ivo, warrior, which is more than I can say for that useless sod.
And who's he?
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Branka. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
What happened?
All Mino's son said was how unlikely it was that a bunch of Smiths would return safely from the deep roads. Which is true. Ancestors preserve us. That's what the warrior caste is for. But Ogren claimed it was an insult to a paragon. Next thing, they're in a duel to first blood to defend Branka's honor. Then Ogren starts screaming and runs him through.
Wasn't the duel to first blood?
It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled.
Interesting. Why does Ogren care so much about Branka?
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if
I
she took
see.
their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
Branka was married to that drunk?
Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
Why did Branka go into the deep roads?
Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really.
Okay.
Said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her.
We know how she became a paragon. What were you and Ogren arguing about?
It's been 2 years since Branka left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
Okay, should leave.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Okay. Interesting.
Lord Balin is a bad man! Yeah.
Wow. Still at it, I guess. Okay. Let's quickly check in with our codex. Inug! The Nug is an omnivore common to the deep roads, a hairless creature that is almost blind, as well as completely docile. It spends most of its time wading in shallow pools as well as mud pits, feeding on small insects, worms, and, in a pinch, limestone and simple metals. Indeed, the digestive system of the Nug is legendary, able to make a meal out of almost anything a Nug finds on the cavern floors. Nugs reproduce rapidly, spreading into any niche within the deep roads they can find, and serve to support a variety of predators such as giant spiders and deep stalkers. So too do dwarves make meals out of them. Nugs are, in the proper slums portions of Orzammar, one of the most common sources of meat available. Some dwarves even domesticate the creature, claiming to find the creature's high-pitched squeaking pleasing. There. The city of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the city of Orzammar is one of their finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outwards from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountain liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions from the court of the king, as well as the Shaperate, which serves as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway and where the finest works of Orzammar craftsmen are for sale. In the center of the river of lava, connected to the commons by a causeway, are the proving grounds, a sacred arena where the dwarves, by ancient tradition, settle their disputes. On one side of the fiery river are the ruins of old dwarven palaces, fallen into despair, which the locals call Dust Town, now home to the city's casteless. On the other side of the river are the deep roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursion, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its builders. House Educan, Shield of Orzammar. The Assembly has never named a paragon with so little disagreement as there was for Paragon Educan. No naysayers, only a single abstention. His worthiness was unquestionable, his favor with the ancestors clear, but family rumor says that the man himself was deeply troubled, prone to fits of melancholy and self-doubt, never satisfied with his great achievement in protecting Orzammar. He died cursing that he had not managed to save the outlying Taiks. Before he rose to Paragon, he was of little note. The memories tell us that he never entered a single proving, never sought to elevate his place among the warrior caste. He spent most of his years prior to the First Blight fighting skirmishes in the deep roads, keeping them free from surface bandits, content to live quietly with his wife and daughters. When the Blight began, it caught Orzammar in the midst of a vicious inter-house war. Most of the warrior caste was caught up in feuding, for as word of attacks poured in, each great house demanded that the army be sent to defend their Taig, and no house would agree to sacrifice their own holdings for the safety of any others. The Assembly was so utterly tied up with the infighting that the Darkspawn spread unchecked to the gates of Orzammar herself. The Chaos Educan grudgingly took command of the armies. He enlisted the aid of the mining caste to collapse overrun passages and called upon the smith caste to supply them with arms and bypass the Assembly and the nobles entirely. With his leadership, Orzammar was saved from annihilation. For his insubordination, he was made Paragon, yet he always considered it a defeat. Orzammar politics. As dangerous as it is to mistake a dwarf's case, it is far more deadly to mistake his allegiance among the noble houses of Orzammar. Everyone in the city is allied with someone, whether by blood or by word. The nobles do not engage directly in commerce themselves, as that is the domain of the merchant caste, but they do serve as patrons. They invest in shops or in artisans' work, and in turn reap a share of the profits as well as a measure of the credit. Merchants and warriors alike benefit from the service of a prestigious patron. The relative power of each house is ever-changing. It is usually safe to assume that whichever noble house holds the throne is at the top of the heap, but below that things grow into a tangled mess. Houses ally with one another by marriage. They earn rank and prestige when combatants loyal to them, or from their own bloodlines when provings. They earn it when artisans they patronize become sought after or well regarded, or when the merchants they invest in become successful. The degrees of power that the achievements confer is so murky, even to the dwarves, that it isn't unusual for nobles to challenge each other to provings over whose smith forges better belt buckles, or whose servants have the best manners. Nor is it out of the ordinary to find two merchants arguing over whose noble patron has won the most acclaim, for the rank of the patron is the rank of the client. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the assembly, where the dashers, representatives of each noble house, meet. Although the king technically rules Orzammar, kings are elected by the assembly, and so each king must work constantly to maintain the support of the dashers. Kings who prove unpopular find their heirs deemed unacceptable to inherit the throne. Power then passes to another house. Then we found the black vials. That was the one that we touched, it broke, and then we had a revenant in our face. Binding the second corpse walker. Cast from your host, may you find no purchase on mortal ground. But by your true name, as we are sworn to do. Nethamas Bigal, revenant and perversion of a fine daughter. No more will you test the veil, nor reach the fate to escape. Untrusted hold you, demon, and bind your rage for eternities. 6 thumbprints and blood marked at the end of the text. Oh, another love letter. Spell combination. A creature frozen or petrified by magic, as from the spell's Petrify or Cone of Cold, is in vulnerable state, subject to shattering if excessive force is applied to just the right spot. A critical hit from any weapon may suffice, and the spell Stonefist and Crushing Prison have been known to achieve the effect as well. Okay. The Shaper's Life. The blessing of the Shaper is given only to those who walk with the stone. It is a path that cuts deep, and the road is far from secure, but those who desire to work on the memory must first honor it, document the stone, protect her, and present a new history of the memories. Only then will the blessing of the Shaper be upon you. Okay, we caught up with the codex. I think this is a good place to end. Thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel. That helps me out a bunch and will bring you more content in the future. I will be back with more Dragon Age Origins tomorrow. Until then, have a great time.